It's funny how the city drowns every year. And the MTA still charges full price. Or more. That's what Nia thought as she stood at the corner of Delancey. Rain, or maybe sewage water from the subway platform up top, slamming onto her hoodie. Watching a plastic bag float past like it had somewhere important to be. Waist-deep water swallowed half the block. Rats were climbing fire escapes like they paid rent. A pile of wet trash bobbed in the middle of the street. Most station entrances were chained shut. The air stank of wet metal and mildew. Nia's sneakers were already soaked through when she spotted one entrance still open. The yellow caution flooding tape ripped in half. She stared at the dark stairs leading down. No trains were worthless. But she needed to get home. And in New York, you either take the risk or you never get anywhere. If I die in there, MTA better refund me and my ghost. Nia gripped the rail, took the first step down into the subway. Her sneakers slid right out from under her. She landed hard, hit first, and her face that ended up inches from a dead rat floating in brown water. Its whiskers twitched with the ripples. Perfect. I just got intimate with a rat corpse and still have to pay $2.90. She pushed herself up, ignoring the sharp pain in her knee, down the rest of the steps, through the damp turnstile, and onto the F train. Running express via alternative route. The car was mostly empty, just two other passengers spaced far apart. Water dripping from the ceiling, plopping into the grimy floor. At the next station, half underwater and lit like a horror movie, the door slid open. A guy stepped in, barefoot, clothes soaked, hair plastered to his face, breathing like he'd been running for miles. Nia stared. Barefoot in New York City? Nope. Whatever happened to him, it's worse than my day. He sat across from her. His eyes kept flicking back to her face. Finally, he spoke. I had to wade through the tunnels to get here. You headed past Broad Street? Never heard of it. That on this line? It's ahead. Not many people go there anymore. Really? It's not on Google Maps. Maps don't show everything. Some stops aren't for everyone. The train screeched through the tunnel, water dripping steadily from somewhere above. The guy leaned forward, elbows on his knees. You ever look into the water too long? No. You should. Sometimes you see things. Faces. People. who didn't make it out. Creep. Is he trying to freak me out? Or is this some deep subway poetry thing? TikTok challenge? He smiled faintly, but it didn't reach his eyes. They look up at you, like they know you, like they're waiting. Nia shifted in her seat, glancing down. His feet left wet prints on the grimy floor, but the water wasn't spreading or drying. The same dark shapes just sat there, like stains that didn't belong. She reached for her phone, half to distract herself. TikTok opened to a flood video. Some dude kayaking through a Brooklyn street. The next swipe was grimmer, grainy footage of a half-submerged subway platform. Water rushing in, people screaming. A breaking news headline slid across the screen. 1 dead, several missing in tonight's NYC subway flooding. Nia's stomach tightened. She locked her phone and shoved it back into her pocket. Well, that's creepy. You, live around here? I used to, before the big one. Water came in faster than it should have. No alarms, no warning. 1 second I'm on the platform, next I'm swimming in the water. Next I'm swimming in the water. The lights overhead flickered. The train slowed and stopped to another station. Dim, water pooling along the edges of the platform. The doors opened. A woman in a soaked trench coat stepped in, shaking her umbrella. She looked around the car and then locked eyes with Nia. The woman just stood there, dripping water, staring. Not at the guy, at her for a solid 10 seconds. Okay, weird. The woman's expression shifted. Confusion, worry. She glanced at the empty seat across from Nia, then back at Nia's face. Then turned abruptly and walked through to the next car without saying a word. Nia exhaled, shaking her head. People are so weird in this city. Just stand there and stare like they've never seen another human before. Creep guy's lips curled into a small smile. Sometimes they're not staring at you. Sometimes they're staring through you. Cool. Now you sound like my For You page. The train lurched forward again. The tunnel outside the window seemed darker than it should have been. Her phone buzzed again. She didn't check it. Okay, he's definitely weird. The lights overhead flickered once, then twice. He straightened. My stop's next. The ride stretched on in silence. The windows were black mirrors reflecting Nia, Creep Guy, and the flickering lights above. Between stations, the train slowed for no reason. Creep Guy stood. This is me. Nia glanced out the window. Just tunnel walls flashing by. We're literally between stops. He only smiled. The lights flickered once, twice, then went completely out for half a second. When they came back, the seat across from her was empty. The wet footprints on the floor stopped halfway toward the door. Just ended. Her chest tightened. She spun in her seat, scanning the car. No sign of him. No sign of anyone. The train screeched onto the next open station. Nia shot to her feet before the doors fully opened and bolted out. The platform was slick, water already pooling in wide circles around the columns. It was rising fast, an inch, maybe two, since the train pulled in. Her sneakers splashed as she ran toward the exit. Heart hammering, the hum of the lights above mixed with the sound of water rushing from somewhere unseen. She didn't look back, didn't want to see if anyone was following. The stairs ahead glistened under the harsh fluorescent lights, each step wet and uneven. She gripped the handrail and took them two at a time, feeling the floodwater creep higher behind her. Nia burst out of the subway entrance into the night air, gasping, rain smacking her face like it had been waiting for her. Streetlights smeared in the puddles, car tires hissed through the waterlogged streets. She ran uphill. Suddenly, her toe caught on a chunk of broken sidewalk. She went down hard, palms scraping against wet concrete. The sting was instant, blood mixing with the rain. She looked up. People were walking past her, hoodies up, umbrellas tilted, eyes on their phone. No one stopped. No one cared. She spat rainwater. No one in the city helps you unless you're on fire or trending. But then a voice came from the shadows, under a construction canopy. What happened to you? She turned. A homeless man sat on a flattened cardboard box, wrapped in a garbage bag for a coat. His eyes were sharp, too awake for someone sleeping rough. I'm fine, she said quickly, standing and brushing herself off. She started to walk past. Last thing she needed was a creepy late-night chat with a stranger. You ran into him, didn't you? Nia froze. The one who drowned down there? Been stuck in the tunnels ever since the flood back in '09. Always looking for a way out. Nia's skin went cold. She shook her head, more out of fear than denial, and took a step back. Don't worry. If he talked to you, he's already found one.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.